The new Fortnite season is upon us, and I'm going to be providing you guys everything you need to know to succeed in this upcoming competitive season. Before I get into the video, I'm going to give you guys a quick summary of everything that I'm getting into in this video. First, we're going to be talking about tournaments and the format of those tournaments and which are occurring in this season. Next, I'm going to be getting into the new weapons and utility added this season and what has been vaulted from last season. Next up, I'm going to be getting into the new augments that they've added and the ones that they decided to keep. Next, I'm going to be getting into all of the POIs that Fortnite has added in this new season. Next, I'm going to be talking about a new objective that's capturable called a guard tower. After that, I'm going to get into some minor zone changes that Fortnite has added. And last but not least, I'm going to give you guys the optimal loadout that you need to be using in this season. The tournaments scheduled for this season thus far have been pretty standard, other than a new type of tournament that just got added, which is called the Monday Mix-Up Cup. This cup will feature a different format and different type of tournament every week on Monday, and there's also a zero build version. Everything else is pretty standard. The solo victory cups are returning as they have been in all of chapter 4. The duo cash cup will continue to go on as it has, and there is also a no build duo zero build cash cup. There is no FNCS this season due to the fact that the grand final land is occurring in October and all the teams have already qualified. Here is what you need to know in terms of weapon and utility loot pool that's new in this season and what's been vaulted. There are currently only 2 ARs in this meta. The Twin Mag AR, which is new, has a red dot just like the Red Eye and is pretty accurate in my opinion. And the Havoc suppressed AR from last season is still in the game, unfortunately. There is a new shotgun called the Infiltrator Pump Shotgun, and unfortunately the Havoc shotgun has been vaulted in its place. The Maven now makes a return, and the Sharptooth from last season, which is just a pump reskin, is making an appearance in this season as well. The Heisted Breacher shotgun is back, and the Maven, the mythic version, which gives you an accelerant speed, is back as well. There is a new SMG in the loot pool, the Scope Burst SMG, and there's also the Heisted Run and Gun SMG, which is also a mythic, and there is the classic SMG as well. There is some snipers in this new loot pool. There's a suppressed sniper rifle, which is pretty strong thus far. There's also a suppressed pistol, and the Shadow Tracker pistol is still in the loot pool, which is either from an AI or from a loot box. And there is a thermal DMR returning as well. In terms of utility, the Rocket Ram is the most new and broken item thus far of the season. You can activate it, fly up in the sky, and do 50 damage to opponents, and it's fantastic for movement. The business turret essentially allows you to defend points, and it'll shoot enemies when you're getting attacked. Heist bags are what carries this tournament, and there is remote explosives or C4 making a return. There is some mythics that are coming back, but I'm going to talk about those in regards to the POI later in this video. Fortnite added some new augments and kept some old, and here's the list of all of them. They added something called First Shotgun, which is basically first assault for your shotgun, Sniper Striker, which is siphon on hitting enemies, Ammo Drop, which is extra ammo from dead bodies, Pistol Salvo is increased damage and a lower fire rate with pistols, Fast Fisher, which is swim faster and fish when swimming over fishing spots, Explosive Surplus is higher damage / explosive radius, and last but not least, High Voltage Augments, which increase nades and turret damage. Some old augments that are still in the game: Light Fingers, First Assault, Steady Hands, SMG Sign-Off, Keymaster, More Parkour, Sprint Lines, Medium Ammo Acquire, Mud Warrior, and Scope Salvo. Fortnite in this season has decided to add 3 new POIs, and they have removed Lonely Labs in the Citadel, and they've also added a POI in the southwest corner. Starting up in the northeast, Sanguine Suites has replaced Lonely Labs, and all 3 of these POIs have one thing in common: they contain a Mythic Vault. In the Mythic Vault, you can get old items from Chapter 2, Season 2, in Midas's Drum Gun, TNTina's Kaboom Bow, Ocean's Bottomless Chug Jug, Kit's Charged Shotgun, the Foundation's MK7 AR, Gunner's Stinger SMG, or Zig and Choppy's Ray Gun. All of these items are randomly spawned in the vault, and you can only get 1 if you're playing solos, 2 if you're playing duos, 3 if you're playing trios, or 4 if you do it all at the same time in squads. The next place on the map replacing Citadel is Eclipse Estate. All of these POIs are essentially beached or summer themed and feature a water element with a vault. And once again, all of those mythic weapons can be spawned randomly in these 3 vaults once you get the keycard. And last but not least, in the southwestern portion of the map, we have Relentless Retreat, which replaced not a POI, but just added to a very barren area of the map. And just like in the other 2 locations, there is a mythic vault, which you can get all of those previously mentioned mythic weapons. There is a new objective point that you can capture for points in tournaments and give you a massive advantage in the tournament if you're fortunate enough to capture it. Down below is the location of where all of those towers can spawn, where you eliminate the boss and get this very crazy advantage. And the advantage you get is forecast for the rest of the game. This will allow you to have amazing positioning throughout the entire match and make your endgame go so much more smooth, since you'll be prepared for what is coming up next. The floating island is still in the game as well, and you can still capture it for 15 points thus far in tournaments. The loot got nerfed, but it still dropped some slurps, and overall is still very much worth going for in tournaments. Chapter 4 has featured many zone changes, but there was only one minor zone change in this season thus far. There is now no wait time between 8th and 9th zone, meaning the classic half and half wait time no longer exists. Basically, you go straight from half and half into moving zones, which means you need to be prepared for the endgame right before half and half in terms of your materials, because it is going to be a lot more difficult to get a refresh before moving zones. Last but not least, I have the optimal loadouts for you guys that you need to be carrying in the non-mythic and mythic form. First, in the non-mythic form, if you're running around the map, you're going to be wanting to carry a rocket ram because it allows you to fly across the entire map and W key enemies while also doing damage to them. You're going to be wanting carrying a sharp 2 shotgun because in my opinion, it's still a little bit better than the new infiltrator shotgun just in terms of feel. You need to be carrying the new Twin Mag AR because even though it doesn't do a high rate of fire, it does a ton of damage, and with the amount of people flying around in this meta, with the addition of shockwaves and the addition of the rocket ram, it is easy to get fries out of the air with this red eye weapon. Next, you need to be carrying a slurp juice that you could still get from cash or flag, and carrying some other form of healing item. More than likely minis is the best. And if you're fortunate enough to get mythic loot, you need to be carrying Kit's charged shotgun. It's the strongest shotgun in the game and is the only one currently that can 200 pump. And the other weapon you need to be carrying is the mythic MK7 because the fire rate is absolutely crazy. You can do so much damage through builds, and this will allow you to W key at a maximum rate. There you have it, everything that you guys need to know to succeed in this upcoming season. I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. If you did, please drop a like on it, hit that subscribe button, and turn on post notifications. And I hope I'll be seeing you in the next one. Peace.